Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. During my childhood, my most favorite TV programs were Alif Laila, $6 Million Man, Star Trek. Such programs were the favorite ones. The reason being that the things which seems impossible were more closer to my heart, and I used to imagine that through these programs I'm accessing these wonderful worlds. Probably that is why, uh, with the advent of many new technologies, the most favorite one is recent technology with the name of MetaVerse. The term MetaVerse came with the novelist Neil Stephenson, who wrote a novel in 1992 with the name of Snow Crash. The term came from that novel. Metaverse is actually a sum of augmented reality, virtual world, and the internet. Through this technology, one is able to cross 2D and 3D, and through avatar, one is able to get into a virtual world where a person can experience the virtuality of the digital world. That is why it is foreseen that in the very near future, through this metaverse, people will be able to have a unique kind of customer experience. Not just an ordinary virtual experience, but people will be able to have a simulated world where they can enter through their avatars and can experience different products, different environments, etc. Likewise, as far as my understanding is concerned, there can be a great opportunity for banking as well. First of all, let me share my concern about banking. That at the moment, bank is using the term digital banking for the future banking. My understanding is that digital banking is a sort of loose and a vague term, because virtuality or augmented reality is something which applies to the utility of the digital world. Digital world is a platform. Digital is as technical as an electronic world. You may say that even if a piece of paper is being imported into the computer, it will be called as a digitized data, and that computer and that digitized data will be behave as a digital only. So in a way, for the last 20-30 years, bankers who are using computers are already in the digital world. Then what is new for this digital banking? My understanding is that metaverse is the new thing or new banking for the new era of the banking, because through this metaverse, banking will have a sort of not just ordinary virtual world, but a simulated world of products and an environment for their customers, through which, before getting any product or after getting any product, a customer can experience what kind of product they are going to have, or after getting the product they will have the opportunity to manipulate and experience different shades and facilities of that product. For doing so, I like to suggest the banking world that rather to use a simple term or a vague term of digital banking, either they may use the term new banking for the future banking, or the meta banking for this simulated virtual augmented reality world of the banking. And what to do for these things, and what to how to start with this thing. Another weak point I see that what banks are lacking at the moment is that banks are not having their own social media or social groups to cater. Like they have their own sales teams, physical sales teams, to cater physical sales force, and to have sales to deliver and to market the sales opportunities, and to communicate the marketing concepts of specified products. They don't have specialized digital marketing, or in my words, new marketing or meta marketing sales teams. So number one is the banks must be having a separate independent teams with the name of meta banking sales teams or new banking sales team, so that in the future to come, physical teams and the sales volumes and the sales targets can be divided into between the physical teams and the meta teams. And how the second thing will be how to build these kinds of teams. I think so the most necessary part of building such teams, the meta sales force, is that hire such kind of people who have their own aptitude for these social media tools, that they must be used to of, or they must be fond of using Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, likewise TikTok. All these platforms must be in their own personal usage. My suggestion will be, whenever somebody is going to be hired for this meta team, whether in the sales team or operation side or the marketing side, first of all check how many friend list he has his own on his own Facebook account. There must be at least 2,000 persons on his own Facebook account, so that he or she must be acclimatized or knowing that how this social media platform works. Number three is that consider the aptitude, that how much this person is responsible and responsive. That because in the virtual augmented world, the person with the lazy approach of the life cannot run. It's the click and the eye sparking that through which everything runs. So my request will be that, considering these things, having own social media team, not digital marketing team, I will request that it may be called as meta social media marketing and sales team. Secondly, hire and engage such kind of persons in this banking, which people who are themselves a user of these platforms. And number three, that these people must have the aptitude of to run these things. Number four is that banks, now it's the time that just for a few days back I was reading in McKinsey that they are forecasting that by 2020 businesses who will be using the technology of Meta will be having a budget of at least, or the business size of at least $1 trillion. So this is the time that banks may start to develop those kind of products and those kinds of team which can prepare themselves to have a proper piece of cake. There can be so many other things which can be said on these lines for the meta banking or the new banking. I hope so that this small introduction will at least serve the purpose of ticking in the mind, and we may start doing something on these lines. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.